Again in Port Macquarie. Hoping you could make a video about your experiences with drivers on the road. You ride around the world. What of your experiences on the road? Well, I've cycled a lot of places. Perth to top of Cape York, Australia. So just a lot of redneck areas there, but I had no problems except for maybe once you're in Queensland or certain parts of South Australia. Cycled Seattle down to LA, cycled all through Europe, Spain, Luxembourg, Belgium, Holland, Germany, France, England, Holland, Netherlands, and Asia, Singapore, up to Cambodia. Done a little bit of Central America, not a lot, but just Costa Rica. I've found Australians definitely, hands down, the winners of fuckheads on the road. America, I didn't get a single bit of road rage from cycling Seattle down to LA. Actually, one time, some kids in a car said, "You put your shirt on, you faggot." That was, that's all right. But Australia, man, I've had poles thrown at me, bottles thrown at me, cups of Coke thrown at me. I had a Big Mac thrown at me a few times. I could tell because you know the smell of the Big Mac, the special sauce. Asia, no road rage at all, except for one time a Westerner on Koh Samui, or Koh Phangan, gave us shit for riding our bikes on the road. And we told him to get his fat fucking gut out of the way so we can keep riding. And then we threatened to fucking slash his tyres. But I don't recommend doing that, but that's, sometimes I get a bit fired up. But I don't think that's the best idea, to get fired up and to be violent. I've gotten into plenty of fights, that's why I do kickboxing and boxing. And it's good to have self-defense. I think the main thing is have self-defense, and I know how to fight, and I know how to run. So if I can't beat anyone in self-defense, I can always run. So the violence, it's sometimes you got to defend yourself, and I'm not saying that's recommending people to do that because everyone's different situation. But I'm saying to myself that I've had plenty of bingles and panel beating and stuff like that, and blood noses and dropping people on the ground, stuff like that. But I don't think it's the best thing. But sometimes you snap, So you always want to be careful what you do, because you don't want to kill anyone, because it can happen, man. It's easy to kill someone. You punch them in the throat, they're down. So you always want to avoid violence, I think, if you can, or just be a skilled fighter and know how to take down someone, things like that. But you're best off just avoiding it. So my recommendations would be to live in areas where they're conducive to cycling. I don't like living in fucking redneck areas, because you just get into fights so much. I mean, I get into fights so easily. I don't live in places like Sydney because it's just punch on all the time. Adelaide's getting pretty good. And Adelaide's actually really good, because a lot of the fights in Adelaide, the guys back down really easily, because once you catch them and they know you're fucking serious, they back down easy. Gold Coast is pretty good for fighting. Like, bit of fuckheads in the Gold Coast. It's easy to get in a fight in the Gold Coast. Brisbane's pretty good. Darwin's pretty good. Cairns is alright. It's getting better. I think it's getting better, and the main thing is just do it, get out there. But I always live in areas where I can train with other cyclists, and now I'm into running. I train with other runners, and kickboxing. I always like to have a place I can train and spar with other Muay Thai fighters. So you want to, and then when you're in that area, you have more consciousness, you have less fuckwits, because the more people train, the more conscious they become in terms of being nice to other people and being considerate. So my tip there, Jen, would be to move to places that are more conducive to the lifestyle, because that's what I do. That's what I've always done. Even when I was living on, I remember getting hit by a bus once, hit by a bus, and I was living on welfare. I still lived in a place where was conducive to cycling around, things like that. So I was on minimal income, but I still managed to move to a place that suited my lifestyle preferences. So it's not about the money. Just as an example, it's not about the time or what. It's just about the desire. And my tip for cycling would be to places to live as a runner, as a cyclist, would be the Gold Coast, would be Adelaide, definitely. Adelaide's fucking world class. In Australia, in the US, I'd say New York's good if you're a runner. Cycling's pretty good in New York, good, but it's probably San Diego, areas around Los Angeles and Santa Monica there, it's alright. Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon's probably one of the best in the world. Boulder, Colorado. So you can just Google up best places to live in the world as a cyclist or a runner, and then just move to those places and find work doing what you love. And when all your work is play, we'll never work another day. And that's basically all I can say is go to where the best places are to live. The bottom line, move to where it's conducive to follow your heart, to follow your passion, to live your purpose. Move to those areas and do it as soon as possible. Peace. Thanks for watching. Click like, share, subscribe if you want us to do more of these videos. Post your comments and questions down below. And remember, if you're in a situation where you have to defend yourself, don't start the fight. Use minimal force and take down the opponent. Remember that if there's witnesses, you can end up in a court of law. So don't do anything you're going to regret. And use arm bars, use takedown maneuvers versus throat shots or head shots, because you can kill someone if you hit them hard enough. So you don't want to do that. So you don't want to do that just have a road rage incident. So be careful what you do. Do some training, learn some skill, and learn some finesse, some basic self-defense finesse, so you can control the situation versus the situation controlling you. Thanks for watching. Stay out of jail, and we'll see you on the road. Peace.